let you know how shoppers and stores did. KOMU 8 News at 6 starts now. Whenever they need to fuel up, they wouldn't have to pay taxes. Whether or not those attorneys did their job is actually the heart of this. In everyday papers like this, shoppers still can't resist their Black Friday Achilles heel. Inside, educators, nurses, and health professionals are standing by. Local departments are hoping that the extra presence of the officers in blue will get drivers to slow down. Ferguson's father says that today's testimony proves that his son received inadequate representation. Hardcore Black Friday shoppers didn't wake up before the sun rose. No, they just didn't go to sleep.
A lot of people I talked to, were in line at 5 a.m. A lot of the store workers got to work at 3 a.m. Way too early for me.
But some economists feared lack of sleep wouldn't be the only deterrent from normal Black Friday turnouts. They also feared the troubling economy would keep shoppers snug in their beds. Despite the dismal economic futures reported in everyday papers like this, shoppers still can't resist their Black Friday Achilles heel, which surprisingly enough usually lurks in the very same paper in the form of cheerful, colorful ads. Shoppers like Hatley can't resist what those ads promise.
Good buys on a lot of products, get a jump on our Christmas shopping.
But the economy does still put a shopper on a stricter budget.
Definitely less this year than last year, but we're just getting started.
Hatley thinks economic woes will be a hardship for many, but while Hatley enjoyed what he called a less congested shopping experience, store managers kept insisting the crowds were just as good as ever, arguing the number of shoppers was just as typical for Black Friday as bell ringers are to the Christmas shopping season. Still, only the end of the day revenue numbers will show if 2008 can claim to truly have a black and not a red Friday. Sierra Putman, KOMU 8 News, Columbia. It's a hot day for the 2008 Missouri State Criterium Championships, but it didn't stop cyclists or fans from coming out.
I like the criteriums because you get to see the field come by.
Jenkins brought his family to see the best in the state.
I'm a big cycling fan, have been for years, and have not ever come down to watch the state championship, so we decided we'd come down and do it today and to get Junior exposed to it here a little bit.
But there was much more to the cyclists. Those cyclists behind me, they come from all over the state of Missouri as well as surrounding states, and they're all here to claim this jersey and the title that comes with it. Cycling is an obsession for many of these riders.
I've always ridden a bike. Every kid loves to ride a bike.
Now, instead of kidding around, Weitz hammers the track to lead the pack, but he doesn't always play nice.
It's a little bit like motocross and an endurance sport together. There's a little bit of shoving and jostling in the pack. It's exciting. It's not just, pushing the pedals.
No, they all push themselves to the limit in hopes of becoming a champion. Sierra Putman, KOMU 8 News, Jefferson City. Driving down Main Street, you wouldn't know that a son of the city recently sacrificed his life for his country. But if you leave the slow traffic of downtown, you can speed up on one of the windy roads and meet a father who remembers a son lost in combat.
He loved things fast. Fast cars were all over his room. He was definitely a boy.
A son that he raised in Columbia, a boy the town does not yet miss. Anderson's family, however, thinks it's important for locals to know.
He loved Columbia, and he loves serving his country, and that we felt that the people in this area needed to know that he was from here.
Sergeant Anderson left mid-Missouri in 1999 and moved to Washington State, where he enlisted in the Army. A great decision, if you ask his father.
I talked to the recruiter who was standing right there, and Phil never knew that, and I told him that he really needed to motivate him because I thought this was really a good thing for him, and I still do.
Kenneth Anderson says the Army gave his son purpose.
Even before the second tour, he re-enlisted, and they told him that he would have to serve a third tour, even before he went on the second tour, and he didn't hesitate. It's something he wanted to do.
Now a mourning father hopes his son's hometown will remember and love him as much as he loved it and his country. Sierra Putman, KOMU News, Colombia.